Hey there, my name is Michela, and I'm a 28-year-old mom of 2 girls under 4.
And my name is Patty, a 34-year-old mom of 2 boys also under 4.
And we are the hosts of What's Up Mom, a podcast about kids, friendship, and navigating the always changing world of modern motherhood.
So grab that cold brew or margarita, we don't judge, and crank up those noise-canceling headphones because this week's episode starts now.
My soul has left my body.
I believe it.
I'm so tired.
Does the Canada weekends kind of suck it all out of you?
It does. And it's not like a bad suck. It's just an overstimulated suck. Fuck. Schnuck. Because no one is used to how I take care of the kids. So there's a lot of asking questions.
At least they ask.
Can they have this? Are they allowed this? Yeah, that's true. Can they have this? Can they have this? How do they like their eggs? I'm like, listen. We didn't do all this speech therapy for nothing. Lorenzo can tell you how he wants his eggs now. Please defer to him. And they're like, well, what if he says something that we don't understand? I'm like, he will find a way to tell you what he wants. So it will be fine. And my parents agreed to watch them for a week while me and Chris recoup. Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is probably the last year that we're going to be able to get them to do this. Like, it's a sweet spot. The kids are easy enough and young enough that
once they hit that right 5, 6, 7, they're easier. Their kids are way easier.
But they're in school.
Yeah, they are.
So we're bringing them to Canada.
Unless it's summer vacation.
Yep. Which, it's, you don't really want to take a Caribbean vacation in the summer, which is exactly what we're doing. So I don't know. Here we are. How was your week? I love your pizza sweater.
I was hoping you were going to wear yours.
I couldn't tell you where anything in my house is right now. I feel like I left for 1,000 years.
I've started to embrace the chaos, I think. And the difference 5 hours of sleep makes it's life-changing. I haven't gotten I think Derek and I probably got 6, 7 hours. But I woke up several times because I'm like, okay, where the hell is the child? Is she okay? Is she breathing? But she slept her first 10-hour stretch last night in her whole life. This baby she's 14 months old. And our record up to this point was 6 hours. So you could see my confusion at 4 a.m. when I'm like, where is she? Should I take her oxygen? Should I take her temperature? Is she sick? Am I sick?
Am I sick? Did she wake up and I didn't hear her? She wake right now.
Really,
she's freezing, you guys. She had too much sleep. Her brain doesn't know how to work under these rested conditions.
Encouraging was not the word, but that is a word I can use. It's very encouraging to know that that it is possible. She's able to sleep.
I think we switched because Raphael woke me up I'm going to say the last 2 weeks. Probably. Yeah. It doesn't bother me. With him, it does not bother me. I bounce out of bed.
But why? Is he teething?
He is. He's getting his bottom molar. I do think he hits his regressions a little bit early. So we might be coming up to that 2-year regression.
Ooh.
Which didn't hit us hard the last time. My kids went through the same 2 regressions the hardest, which was the 15-month regression, which is the one you're about to hit. So that was the only one that I felt heavily. But yeah, when he wakes me up now, he just goes, Mama, hug. And I'm like, all right, he's
not crying. He's just like, Mother.
3 in the morning, Mother, hug. And I'm like, God damn it, I can't say.
Amazing.
How do I say no to that? So I run downstairs and I legitimately pull him out of bed, give him a hug, and put him back to bed. He goes right back to sleep. And I'm like,
shut up.
I'm like, all right, I really, it's fine. I'll just get up and give you a hug because that's what you want. I know, right? So adorable. My next door neighbor that I just met, me and her have just become fast friends. And she called me today. She was taking in our packages while we were gone this weekend, and we're just package protectors now. So when she goes out, I throw her packages, and then
ditto for us. And she goes, she called me. She's like, hey. And I'm like, oh God. And she's just like, okay, so I bought this chair on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, it's too heavy for me to get out of my car and I need help. And I'm like, are you asking for my help or Chris's help? Because Chris is asleep and probably would not get to you until 8 o'clock. And I can come help, but Chris is asleep and the kids are up. She's like, it's okay. I'll wait until he's up. I'm like, that could be tomorrow. So I'm like, I'll just turn on the TV. Like, she's literally 2 doors down. So I was like, I'll just turn on the TV, leave the kids here for a minute, and go and help her with the chair. And so I helped her with the chair, and she was just like, I looked it up online and I bought it for $150 and it's worth $4,000. And I'm like, can you sell the chair? Sell the chair, please. And she's just like, I didn't even realize I had what I had. And I'm like, time to sell it and get a whole bunch of stuff. I feel like if I was to come across that sort of, I don't know, treasure, you know, something that I could sell for that much dinero, as the Spanish say, I would have already sold it. And I would have paid for like something for me, but I immediately would have gone to Target and gotten all of the serotonin and purchased all of the children's toys. And it would have been the best shopping spree ever, and watching all the children open up their toys like it's Christmas.
So what I realized with Target is the children's toys you see depends on the Target that you're at. Rich people Target have all the good toys. My local neighborhood Target does not have all the good toys.
What kind of toys?
It's upsetting.
Does your Target have?
So I'm sure they have all, like, you know, the basic ones, but what I'm talking about is like the Melissa and Doug, like the creme de la creme of Target toys. The selection is minimal. Like one of those long shelves that they put the toys on, it takes up less than half of it. And you go to rich people Target and it's like 2 whole entire aisles of Melissa and Doug toys.
As someone who is in the rich people Target area, couldn't agree with you more. However, I will tell you, Walmart gatekeeps. Like, they've got all the Melissa and Doug stuff, and I never go into Walmart. And now I feel like I need to, but it's just like, I literally passed 3 Targets on the way there. So I'm like, all right.
It's not the same. The experience is not the same.
It's not.
But you can find like a lot of Melissa and Doug clearance will go or be at Walmart.
I think you're probably right. I can tell you that the last time I was in a Walmart was probably last year. And it was out of pure necessity because I could not find the Melissa and Doug sticker toys that I just saw you have possession of. And I'll tell you, they're great for one day until you are finding those stickers in your underwear and you're like, how did they get here? Because there are still stickers in my washing machine. I have not had those damn sticker stamps since November. Don't know where these stickers are
for everyone who needs context. That Melissa and Doug made this magic sticker pad where
they're sold out,
like a sticker stamp
everywhere.
You get a sticker stamp, and your kid just like stamp stickers instead of having to peel and stick. It's just like a quick, easy, instant gratification of being able to paste stickers anywhere. And it's funny you say this because my kitchen chair right now is covered in those little stickers. And my grandmother came over this afternoon and she showed her. And then when she was showing her the God bless stickers ran out, my grandma's like, oh, look, they're on Amazon. They'll be here tomorrow, a refill.
No! Enjoy.
I'm like, oh, thanks, Grandma.
I'm telling you, man, you're going to find those stickers up your butt. It's going to be...
There's 300 stickers in each stamp. And she went through that whole thing today.
Did all of them make it onto the notebook? I doubt it.
Maybe I probably maybe 100. She was at the notebook for a while, and then she realized she could stick them anywhere.
You just said like maybe 100 of the 300 stickers made it onto the notebook, and all I hear in the background of like my mind is like wing, 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 like looking around, just trying to like, where are the stickers? Where did they go?
And Cece's still in the phase where she's putting everything in her mouth, too. So I had to fish them out of Cece's mouth today.
Oh, she absolutely ate one. There's one coming out in her poop, for sure. Is that organic? You think that's organic? I'll tell you what,
it's got to be non-toxic, right?
Crunchy mom, crunchy poop.
So I have a question. What art supply brands are your go-to? Do you stick with Crayola? Do you do the Mondo Llama stuff at Target? Are you a Rose Art gal? Like, what's your play?
That is an interesting question. I could not tell you. I have a hard time with the art stuff because my kids are chaos monsters, and nothing goes where it should when it happens to be paint or putty or Play-Doh or crayons or pastels or anything art media wise. If you're asking like me personally, I could reach into my art drawer right here and pull out a beautiful watercolor that I'm sure hasn't been used yet. But for the kids, whatever's on sale. How about you?
I definitely stick to Crayola. So we had Crayola crayons. We hadn't gone to markers yet. This was maybe 6 months ago. And I look on Amazon and they have the Crayola like 42 markers like for $23.99, or they have Amazon Basics for like $13.99. I'm going Amazon Basics all the way. I'm going to save $10. Bad idea. Those things are hard to take off. They're hard to cap. Absolutely not. So I got the Crayola ones instantly, and I will never not buy the Crayola anything again. Especially things like paint. Like they have finger paint and it's oil based, so it's super easy to clean off their hands. If you buy finger paint from any of these other brands, it's not coming off of anything.
I feel that.
They do a really good job, I think, with the crafts.
My I think it was Lorenzo, honestly, but we entered markers way too early for their age. But somebody gave us, I think, like window washer markers, something. I don't know. It says that it can wash off. So I'm like, I know. So I was like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? Ask me if my nugget right now is covered in markers.
You're shitting me.
Covered. I don't know if it comes off yet. But I know the nugget is washable. So I will. That is my favorite toy. You have a nugget. I have a nugget. You have two. You have two nuggets. I have two nuggets. I mean, what can you do with one? You know, like just Facebook Marketplace, everybody.
You can do enough with one, trust me. But
you could.
If you want to up once you get a second child, you get a second nugget. If we have a third, we'll get a third. If we have 5, damn it, we're getting a 5th couch.
You just have a nugget room. It's just the child panic room.
Have you been on Nugget buy, sell, trade, build pages on Facebook?
No, because I will purchase another nugget.
Some of these people have a corner in their home of like 6 nugget. 6 of them. Child's favorite toy. Parents' favorite toy too, apparently.
I get it. Like, I totally get the hype. And for the boys, oh my God, it is the absolute best thing. They jump up and down on it. They run into it like it's, I don't know, a padded wall for psychiatric patients. I don't know. But they love it. And it is one of their favorite toys and has now become my favorite toy. I'm thrilled that I purchased it. Am I not happy with the price range? Yeah, but it's fine. If Nugget wants to send us both nuggets, I'm sure we wouldn't turn it down at the door.
I'm still knocking on their door every time I get another couple followers on Instagram. I'm like, hello, am I famous enough for you yet? Please send me a couch. This is not sponsored by Nugget, but if it was, I'd be very thankful. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. Me too, because I would like a nugget. I would like another one. Maybe 2. It's fine. I don't know where I'm going to put them all. I have a very tiny house, but
I will speak to the cost of Nugget, because if you look at like they're Green Guard certified, they I think they make everything very ethically, I want to say. Like those off-brand couches aren't made as well as Nugget makes their stuff. I think everything's locally made too, like in North Carolina, like they make these. So
it's American made. And everybody loves that these days. Everybody does.
And they're way more durable. If you've ever used the other one, like if you're sitting here listening to this and you've ever thought about getting a play couch, you absolutely should go with a Nugget, because that's going to last you 10 years. These other ones will not.
And it's good for all age ranges. Like I'm going to say from crawling
all
age
ranges
to 10?
10.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
I'd say so.
what is your most favorite? Okay, besides the nugget, because obviously we just sung that product's praises. What is your favorite toy that you bought your kids?
I would love for you to take this one first while I think about that one, because that was a hard question.
Oh, it's a hard one. Okay. I would say I love all of the Love Every stuff. I know that there's some discrepancy from like the old school Love Every stuff to the stuff that's currently coming out. So I can't speak to that because I have all the old school Love Every stuff. But I think if I was to choose like my absolute favorite, it's the IKEA kitchen. That thing is just, I mean, a winner in this house. And for, again, I have 2 boys. You would think that they would want monster trucks and, you know, all that. No, they make me fake eggs and coffee in the morning. And you know what? I approve. I will take their fake breakfast. And maybe one day I'll wake up to real breakfast because of that IKEA kitchen. So shout out to IKEA kitchen. I don't know how much it is. I got it off of Marketplace for $65. I loaded it into my car. I got all the fake food for it. And I rotate my toys. I rotate out the big stuff. And whenever I bring that kitchen up, man, it is a winner every time.
Have you seen the people that modify them and put real water and real sinks? Is that something you would ever do? Or do you think that that would just be like a no, thank you situation?
That was the hope and the dream. And that dream died quickly when I realized I needed a drill bit for it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to use power tools. And like, what am I thinking? I'm making my kids start with the kitchen. They're not going to know how to use power tools either. So I'm screwed. It's all right, though.
So I have to say, right now, currently, our favorite and most used toy is that Tony box that we just got a month ago. We currently have like 8 of those little things, and what it is, it's a magical musical box that you buy the little characters for. They have a ton of characters. We have like Lightning McQueen, Rapunzel, Moana, Cocomelon. God forbid we, can't get that out of the house. But you put them on the box and it will sing songs and tell stories. So in the realm of like me trying not to keep the screens on all day long anymore, like trying to take the screens away from the kids, the storytelling is phenomenal. Charlotte will sit and listen to the 35-minute stories.
She'll sit
at least
still
once a day. She'll be like coloring or drawing, or remember, I have girls, you have boys. Like she will sit and color and play with stickers and stamps for a half hour too.
Oh my God, man, we got the Yoto. It sounds like I got to get the Toonie because my kid doesn't sit still. Is that the difference?
But that thing's super cool. And you can bring it like on the go. So if we're on a long car ride, and even Cecilia at 14 months old here knows how to take them off and put them on. And she will sit with it for a substantial amount of time.
That's awesome. I do love our Yoto. It's a very similar product, just without the characters. It's cards instead of characters. But that's I wouldn't say it's a winner, but it's definitely something when it comes out, it gets played with. So.
And you rotate that in and out?
Yeah, I have to. They're boys. I'm sure your daughter isn't throwing the Tony box itself on the floor. Lorenzo is.
Or at her sibling.
In fact, throwing the Yoto at me. So I'm like, all right, well, this is now just a projectile. So we're just going to take this away from you.
What are some toys that you didn't buy? Things that your kids play with in your home that were there when they got there that they play with?
Oh my God, empty water bottles? I mean...
Bowls and spoons?
Bowls and spoons. Yep, there was for some reason, a kitchen spoon in the tub today when I was giving the boys a bath. I don't know how it got there. And I was like, all right, well, I guess this is just in the bath today. And they loved it. So they play with their toothpaste washing cup. They play with their, oh my God, Raphael plays with drawers. Lorenzo's just really big into forts right now. Like the Nugget is just like his number one.
Have you given him a Swiffer duster yet?
Oh my God.
7 months old, barely crawling. Like, he grabbed the Swiffer duster off of the wall and he was like, yep, this is it. And they'll both clean. Spray bottles, paper towel. I mean, the toy portion of it is great. I mean, I'm like, okay, we're kind of getting some dusting happening here when the Swiffer's happening, but it's not well, so I have to redo it anyway. I actually did purchase them both in operating handheld Dust Devil. What are those things called? The
Dirt Devil?
That's the one. The Dirt Devil.
Dirt Dust.
Yeah, the
Dirty
Dusted Devil. That one. And yeah, Lorenzo, if he sees something that needs to be vacuumed up, he'll go grab the vacuum and he'll vacuum it. And I'm like, okay, I'm good with this.
Did you see this on social media? Because I've seen this and it has almost made me purchase this.
I have not, actually. My girlfriend purchased us the Child Dyson, the vacuum, but it wasn't the one that worked. And I'm like, what was even the point? Why get the vacuum and it not work? Because they played with it so much. And I'm like, screw it. I'm getting rid of this and I'm buying the real thing. Bought it. Best decision ever. The only problem is now they open the handheld vacuum and all of the dust and remnants go all over the floor and they must vacuum again. But that is why there isn't too much pressure on the vacuum. It is in fact, and was in fact, purchased as a toy. So therefore the dust in the vacuum is also a toy.
What I've realized too is these kids will do whatever they see you doing. So I love that you mentioned that they'll make you coffee and eggs in the morning, because I guarantee that's what you're doing. Or I know Lorenzo makes his own eggs now. Like,
yep.
And they're mimicking and the cleaning. I know that you're a cleanly person for the most part.
I don't know where you heard
clean house.
Who told you that? She's just talking me up, you guys. My house is a disaster. I man it clean before she comes over. And she does the same for me though, so she can't talk either.
But it's not on the same level. Like, your house at least will have things picked up every day. When you say you're coming over and I have 45 minutes, I'm sweating by the time you get here.
Yeah, I just do that thing where I'm like, okay, nobody lives here, but we do. Just toss all proof of life. Every toy goes in the ottoman toy box. The toy box that is disguised as an ottoman so that people just think it's decor, but really it's filled with puzzle pieces. My question for the world is, who is this Montessori bitch and why is she running my life? Because in the beginning, 18 months of Lorenzo's life, that was all I could think about was, how am I going to Montessori my house? And I don't know, I'm pretty sure she's dead. So how is it that she has this amount of, is she dead?
We should look her up.
Yes. How much, like this much of a chokehold? Please, someone confirm. Intern, can you please confirm if Maria Montessori is dead? I'm pretty sure she is.
She opened her first Montessori school in Rome on January 6th, 1907.
Perfect. She's dead.
Perfect.
I'm not cheering for anyone's death. I just did not want to say that she was in fact dead if she wasn't. So, Maria Montessori, every school, every toy, every book, every parent. I swear the 2020 parenting theme of the year was Montessori. And I feel like it's disappeared.
But why? What is Montessori, Patty?
You know what? I forget. I'm 3 years in. I don't care anymore. But I want to say that it was the idea that you follow the child, right? I think that's the main quote.
The Maria Montessori, I didn't even know that this was a person, by the way. I thought it was just a philosophy, which it is now. But the Maria Montessori theory is an educational approach that emphasizes individualized instruction and self-paced learning. It is based on the belief that children are naturally curious and capable of learning independently.
It's true.
So to Montessori, quote unquote, Montessori your house is to essentially have things accessible to the child and not like rope off everything. Right? You can't, when the Christmas tree goes up, you should make it, well, according to this theory, you should make it a approachable
tree.
tree for your child, you're not going to put the breakable ornaments on the bottom because they will break them.
Yep, 100%. Or you could put a breakable one and they can learn a natural consequence of something breaking or whatever. But, there's a lot of different comfort levels for mothers on what they want to do with this approach. But for
you do still plug the electrical outlets. We do not want them to stick a fork in them.
Or you replace every single accessible outlet with the brand new 2023 accessible or electrical outfits where they can't possibly do that. They can't stick their fingers in there. And that's what I made Chris do. So there's 2 levels, everyone. There's don't put the breakable things at the bottom of the tree, or there's change every outlet in your house so that they can, in fact, put their fingers in there and not get shocked. You choose your own adventure, ladies and gentlemen. Here's my thing with the Montessori method, okay? I'm going to go off on a fucking solo here. I wanted to do it all, okay? I went into it. I was fucking 5 minutes
I remember this.
Pregnant, man, and I looked up the books. I looked up the theories. I looked up everything. And I'm like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And in my head, I'm like, my husband's really smart. He went to Montessori school. His best friend, really smart, went to Montessori school. There must be something to it. No, there's not, because his mom didn't do these things. She didn't do the household stuff. If anything, I mean, she has a grandfather clock right now that's not tapered to the wall, and that easily could have fallen on her. Wait a minute. It did fall, actually. It hurt Chris's toe. So I'm going to scale back right now. But she did send them to a Montessori preschool. So I don't know. Is it in the home? Is it at school? Is it all together? I don't know. I think if you are in it as a mom, you are going to make your kids in it. But it's a lot of information to take in. There's so many rules.
And that's the other part of it too, is it's in theory, it's amazing. But then you have your child and you realize how you can't, I know a very small amount of people, and they're on social media saying that we do Montessori, this, that, and the other. I have yet to meet one human being in real life who has done this for their child from birth to toddlerhood, through toddlerhood, into school. I don't know anyone who has done this. People have sent their kids to Montessori preschool, Montessori schools, but I don't know anyone who has adapted this philosophy in every single part of their life, because it is difficult too. It is really hard. And with one child, okay, I did a lot with Charlotte, come chop these vegetables, and we're going to learn how to plant our plants in the garden today. But once Cecilia came around, I cannot do that for both of them.
We'll be throwing dirt today, ladies. Get ready.
My kids did that today, actually. I was going to tell you that my most favorite toy that I haven't purchased is the dirt in my backyard, because it acts as a sandbox for these children.
That's awesome. Well, okay. So not only did Maria Montessori start this whole, revolution of mothers in COVID, because we have nothing else to do. So we're like, what's the best parenting path? The other thing that people really latched onto was the wooden toys. And I was hook, line, and sinker, man. I was every single toy wood. Now, this was also a little bit selfish because I get overstimulated quite often, quite quickly. You are the same way. If I had every Fisher-Price toy barking at me every 5 minutes, with my kid going bang, 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 and hearing a piano off in the distance that was doing wheels on the bus, and then you've got a freaking squeaker toy from the dog, and then you've got, just every toy on the planet with all the flashing lights, I easily would.
Not to mention, these toys are programmed for your child to play with them. So if they walk away from them, 20 seconds later, it literally said, "Come play with me."
Bing, bing, bing.
And I hate that.
Yeah, exactly.
And Charlotte would look at him and be like, "No, I don't want to play with you."
Charlotte,
but why? Why the wood? I think for sustainability purposes, a lot of things are not as disposable as they used to be. Cars used to be made out of metal, and they used to last a long time. My dad still has his Matchbox cars from his childhood, and they're in great shape. Now they're made of plastic and garbage, and they don't last. They get thrown away. So I think a lot of that wood to plastic is, some people for the aesthetic, but other people, I like to, at least with the plastic stuff, repurpose, regift it instead of just tossing it. And when you toss wood, at some point it's going to disintegrate. It'll be okay. Plastic, not really the same.
I like the sustainability portion of it for you. I think that the science, or the quote unquote science, was people latched onto the wood because it was a real material instead of the plastic that felt generated and manufactured. And a piece of wood is always going to be a piece of wood, whereas a piece of plastic can be molded into anything. So the same weight to that wood is true from one toy to the next, obviously depending on how big the toy is or how little. But the amount of plastic, you can make a plastic dollhouse that weighs a very different amount versus a wooden dollhouse or something like that. Now, I'm not here for all the semantics of this. I do like the feel of the wooden toys, and I am a super tactile texture person. And when I opened that first Love Every toy, I'm like, oh yes. This feels nice. And there was just that instant love affair with the companies that made the wooden toys. And I still have a lot of them. They are slowly making their way to the sell room, which is sad because I think we have exited our toy era, or at least the smaller toys. But I mean, I'm all for wood. I think if God, I hope my husband didn't hear me on that one. But I think that I think that if a first-time mom was to come to me and say, what's the toy that I should have? First of all, wait till your kid gets there, because they're potatoes for the first couple months. They don't need anything. You know what? They're so enthralled with you and maybe those black and white cards or whatever that you get them. But they're happy with a crunchy
and maybe
water bottle.
The next couple months, a bowl and a spoon.
Bowl and spoon. Yeah.
A crinkly water bottle without the cap.
Oh, yeah.
Choking hazard.
Crinkly water bottle is the best. The more it crinkles, the better. Dog toys. Go to...
Sticks in the backyard.
Yep.
Leaves.
Well, older. We're getting older now. Don't want them to be 4 months poking their eye out or anything. They don't have full motor control yet, guys. Don't give your 4-month-old a stick. That is full crunchy mom. The silky mom does not approve.
My children teethed on stick.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding.
Michaela's children are actually beavers.
I'm just kidding. But back in the 1800s, I'm sure they did, right? They didn't have toys.
I need someone to go. Intern, can we confirm if the children in the 1800s chewed on sticks as toys? Please. I need to know. There is a meme that I saw. This is just a sidebar. There's a meme that I saw, TikTok or Reel, whatever they are these days. And the starting of the song Roxanne, where it's like, Roxanne, but it goes, rocks, and then continues with Anne. So this one person clipped that word, just the rocks part. And it was like, parenting did not prepare me for this, and just kept playing rocks over and over and over again on all of the videos of her finding her son's stashes of rocks all around her house. And so every time Chris and I are outside now, and Lorenzo picks up any sort of, I don't know, gravel, okay? He picks up gravel. We just go, rocks. Oh, it's a little inside joke. You had to be there, but still, look up the meme. It's funny.
The last play date we had at your house, my child played in your rocks.
Exactly.
Did that ever get cleaned up? Did your husband hate me for that? Or I
don't think he knows to this day that it was any of our children. I think he just thinks a raccoon went in there and dug up the foundation to our deck. So I mean, another tick in the column for natural toys, sticks and rocks. Everyone, you don't have to buy the nugget. Just
rocks.
Go to the forest. What's your least favorite toy?
Oh, my least favorite toy. I would love if you took this one over first. Well, I thought of that because that's a great question and I was unprepared.
Okay, well, I think our answers will be the same.
So my least favorite toy that unfortunately my children are enamored with is the fucking tent. The tent that the in-laws gave us for Christmas 2.5 years ago. It's a space shuttle tent. It's got moons and stars, and it's held up by those damn poles that like a real outdoor camping tent would be held up with. And it's the biggest fucking eyesore in my house. But damn it, do those children play in that tent. And Lorenzo throws the tent around. He crashes into the tent. One of the poles is broken. Pretty sure it can spear one of them at this point. And it collapses now because that said pole is broken. Doesn't matter. That tent is like just beat the hell up. And it is the thing that I have to bring it from room to room. And because I rotate it, I have to bring it all the way downstairs. And it's like trying to get it into one room and it just pushing it into another. And you're just like a lot of grunting and sweating getting this thing out of my family room when people come over. And I'm like, no, we don't have we don't have a tent here. And you go into my son's room, it's dilapidated, falling over, like blue moon and stars tent that absolutely should not be in our home at this point. And that's my rant on the tent story. So every mother knows that I'm talking about if you have a tent in your house. Michaela has one. I can see it right now in her video. And I bet you one of those fucking poles is broken. You cannot tell me otherwise. So go ahead. What's your least favorite?
I have girls, you have boys. My tent is in mint condition still.
Yeah, but yours is a circus. It's worse. It's worse.
I mean, that thing's... Brooke gave this to me. We love this thing. It's not my least favorite, but I will talk about why I hate it. I can't get it back into a fucking circle the way it came. I'd love to bend this fucker back and put it back in the bag and be able to store it away in the laundry room. But no, if I have to put it away just like you, I have to mangle this thing into the laundry room, into the corner on top of a bunch of other shit. And you're right, it's just like...
It's just a circus tent in your fucking laundry room. Like, do I live in a circus? I don't know.
The other part of it is Charlotte has learned how to push it down and like roll in it like one of those big inflatable balls that people run down the hill in. She will try to run in this tent around the basement. I have to say, Charlotte, no, we don't do that with the tent. Charlotte, stop right. Charlotte, get out of the tent.
And that,
the gentle parenting can only go so far when this child is running around the basement in this tent.
When the tent is involved, gentle parenting goes out the window. I'm going to be honest with you.
Right now, my least favorite, I love it, but right now I hate it, the roller coaster. So I just put it away. I have it outside in the summer, and in the winter it came inside. And Cecilia, and that is her favorite thing in the world right now. She will take the car from wherever it is in the basement, find a way to get it on the track all the way to the top. And I have to run over there because she cannot get up there by herself. She's going to fall. But she will push it all the way up there and try to sit down, and she can go down it. But once we start that, I'm there for a half hour, up and down and up and down. Like, I can't get away from it.
Up and down and up and down and up and down. That's all I think of.
And she's doing great. I mean, she's pushing it up and she's almost getting to the point where she can do it by herself. But the one time she does and she falls off, I'm going to feel really guilty. So I stop whatever I'm doing, which is usually laundry if I'm in the basement. And I have to, for a half hour, break my back up and down with this roller coaster.
God. Yeah, I got to give you props, man. Bringing an outdoor toy inside. Good for you. I couldn't do it. I mean, I have barriers, aka my husband would absolutely throttle me, but can you imagine? I'm gonna bring this outdoor roller coaster. We're just gonna set up in the family room. No big deal. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. I'll just put it back outside when people come over. He would be, what? No, you will not. Absolutely, you will not. There's enough in this house, and oh boy, that would be a discussion. Yeah, I'd die.
Last question. What is your favorite outdoor toy?
I think this is a tough one because I am in between ages right now with both of them. I think that they they like a lot of the same things.
What's been a real winner?
It's the water table. I mean, I thought it was going to be just this stupid $150 purchase of plastic, and here we are, 3, probably 4 years later, still playing with the same water table. So, I actually bought 2. I ended up buying a dual sand and water table. That's a mistake. Don't do that. If I can prevent any women from being like, do I need this? No, you do not. You don't need sand in your living room. You do not need sand in your pants, and you don't need sand in your kids' shoes when you are not going to the park to exclusively commit to sand. Okay? That is how I feel.
So no sand pit. I was really considering a sandbox this year, a coverable like sandbox.
No. Go with the mud kitchen. You want to commit to dirt, go all the way.
I do want to do the mud kitchen.
You have to commit to a mud kitchen if you're gonna play with a mud kitchen. You are committing to the fact that there is a 100% chance that your child will be dirty as fuck when they come in the house. Sand, there's like still a 75% chance, but you can brush it off. But then like you take their shoe off.
It's in the hair.
It's in their hair, and you're like, it looks like there's no sand on you, but there is, and you do need a bath tonight. The mud kitchen, you're like, it's happening. It's bath night. Go out there, be worms.
Here's what happened. So here's my problem with this. You have a very beautiful, greeny, grassy backyard. Like, do you have any standing piles of dirt in your backyard at all?
No. I'm gonna go.
I probably have 8 square feet of dirt in my backyard. So even if I'm not planning on getting them dirty, they always are in the dirt, playing and scooping and playing in the dirt. And when the water table's out, the last time I brought the 70-degree day we had 2 weeks ago, I brought the water table out.
What day?
I didn't realize Charlotte was scooping dirt into a bucket and pouring it into the water table. So we're already mud kitchening, but if I can have an exclusive place for it that is not in the water table and all over the backyard, that would be very nice.
Your summer is going to be dirty. I can feel it. I'm coming over on Wednesdays. That's our bath night, and we're just going to take the kids home in a mud puddle. Yeah, it's going to be
That's
fine.
my one rule for outside is I don't dictate if they can or can't get dirty. I let them.
God, you're so good.
I'm very brave.
I mean, I do that too, but I electively got rid of the sandbox.
But I usually will strip them down like to a diaper before we go inside, and all those clothes go right into the washing machine. So it's just their hair.
Yep, it's true. Just spray them down with the hose. Sticks and rocks. Spray them down with the hose. Hose kids. We turned out okay. What is your favorite? Okay. I feel like the nugget's going to be this answer. Expensive but worth it. Nugget. I would assume. $329 piece of foam. I mean, it better be fucking worth it.
Absolutely. And the Tony box. I mean, again, that thing isn't cheap. Those things are $18 a character.
Favorite cheap toy. And how cheap was it? Because everybody likes a deal. I can go first if you're thinking. Okay.
Yeah, please. You really catching me off guard tonight.
I am a big fan of the Squishmallows. I know that sounds really dumb, but they're so cute, and they give me like the happies when I grab a Squishmallow off of the shelf. They kind of remind me of Beanie Babies a little bit. So like my inner 90s, 2000s kid is just like so happy when I get another one. I'm like, gotta collect them all. You watch out. I've got 100 fucking Squishmallows in like a couple months. But they're like $10, and Lorenzo loves them, and he has like 5 of them in his bed right now. And I'm like, don't worry, buddy. We'll get you more.
The only thing I can think of is the bath toy that we have. It's like the newbie. You dump the water in the top and it has all these little doohickeys and gadgets. Like any of the bath toys I think are inexpensive for the amount of uses you get out of them. Any of those fun bath toys, I'm going to say that is my answer. Thank you for asking.
No, anytime. And I mean, are you a toy rotator?
I used to be, and then Cece started moving and I I haven't since. I need to just, my plan is to take every toy in the entire house and dump it out and reorganize, because if I have any advice for parents, if you can keep your toys organized, it will change your life. Because then if you want to get the Melissa and Doug ice cream scooper toy out to play with, you won't have to search 4 bedrooms and the downstairs for the 4 scoops, the scooper, the fucking ice cream cones, the little spoon it comes with. It will all be in one spot. It's a lot easier to keep up on it than to go now 3 months. I haven't done any sort of toy organization, and I have toys in my bed that should not be there.
You got toys in your bed. You know, most people keep those under the bed, Michaela. This is a mother podcast.
Under the bed. My bed is on the floor right now because I do not have a bed frame.
Okay, most people keep those in their bedside drawer, but it's fine.
I also don't have one of those.
I'm going to get you a fucking Tupperware.
You owe me a beauty blender.
Oh my God, I'm buying her one. Oh my God. I had it in my shopping cart and I forgot about it. Sidebar, inside joke. Michaela posted a reel the other day and she was doing like a get ready with me or something. I don't know. She was doing her makeup. I'm like, that poor girl has a beauty blender from the day beauty blenders came out with the beauty blender. It is old. It's
like 2016.
Caked up in makeup. I'm like, how are you not breaking out right now? Here is some beauty blender shampoo. My God in heaven, please get a new one. But anyway, that's that joke. I mean, women, you know, we got to buy our own fun things too. You know, who doesn't like a new makeup brush of some sort? But in any case, I love all of the toys that the kids have, because if they're playing with toys, they're leaving me alone for the most part. Then there's the days where, play with me, mommy. And I'm like, oh my God, just finished playing with you pretend for an hour. I just want 4 minutes to scroll. We actually don't have any more bath toys. This is another like big area, is you got the outside toys. Then you've got the living room toys. Then you've got the bedroom toys. Then you've got the bath time toys. And Chris finally convinced me. He's like, they don't need bathtub toys. All they do is splash each other. There's no point. I'm like, all right, I'm keeping the whale. The whale is what I use to dump water on their heads to get the shampoo off of them. And apparently a kitchen spoon. And you know what? We did a bath day and they loved it. And Raphael was an absolute chaos monster. And we didn't need toys at all. So I don't know. There's a balance. How many toys do you need versus how many toys you don't? What?
Nothing.
Did you just zone out on me?
No, I was listening. It was great. No, it was great.
Okay. I don't know if you're being serious right now. I can't tell you guys.
I was thinking that my kids will be okay in the bathtub with like 2 cups, like to just dump.
Yeah.
You know, just pour. I was also thinking I'm gonna send bath toys to your house.
Please.
In Chris's name.
Oh, please fucking don't. Oh my God. Can you imagine the man that doesn't want me to bring the outdoor roller coaster indoors? And I bought bath toys for the kids.
I just thought, you know, like taking the bath toys away was too much. So Michaela sent me $100 worth of bath toys.
Guys, my husband's a great father. He is just like he is in his soul, in his heart and soul. He's
a simple man.
He's a minimalist, and he doesn't want all of this colorful shit around the house. And you know what? Who can blame him? We got fucking tents that are folded up in both of our laundry rooms, and there's a part of us that thinks the kids will play with them till they're 10. Guess what? They'll break before then. So, but in any case, this is a fun one. I like the toy episode. Yay. Yay for us.
This was great.
This is good.
Thanks for listening if you've made it this far.
Oh my
it's pretty
God.
Impressive.
Yeah,
we
rambled a little
pretty
bit.
Entertaining.
I mean, I like to think we're funny. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. Hit the subscribe, follow, like button, leave us a comment on any of our socials. We love hearing from you guys. And Michaela, anything on your end?
Nugget, please sponsor me. Thank you.
Parting words. Shameless ploy to get her name out there to Nugget. Next week, our sponsorship with Nugget comes through, and we talk. Next week, I don't know what our episode is next week, Michaela. Have we thought this far ahead? We're mothers. We don't have this much time.
We're flying by the seat of our pants at this point.
We have gone off script.
I do think that we actually have this outlined right here.
No, we don't. Did we think of this ahead of time? My God.
Next week's episode should be about how the hell do you make mom?
Stop. Be still.
But if it's not, and if it's something else, we will let you know
when the episode airs, and not before then. Please tune in.
So stay tuned.
It's all be just as much of a surprise to you as it will be to us. So join us next week. We all hope you had a good laugh, learned something, and pop into our shenanigans in the fall.
Goodbye.